Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Hera's Life and Journey. If you're new here, my name is Hera. I'm a 26-year-old living in Nevada and I make videos about my life, my hobbies, my journey, my debt repayment and savings journey, and anything I find interesting. And today we are doing an unboxing, first impressions of our first purchase ever from Goulet Pens? Goulet Pens? Goulet Pens. But it's a small family owned stationery store. They're based in the East Coast, somewhere there. And I decided to buy a few things from them. I saved up and sold a lot of my K-pop collections to fund this purchase. So none of my budget was really touched, like my actual paycheck budgeting or savings or hidden buffer. This was fully funded by me selling my collectibles that I got from a while ago. So I'm very excited. This is my, I'm not, well, kind of spoiling it. As you can see here, this is my, ooh, it's kind of damaged though, but you can kind of see it here. This is my first like fancy pro gear sailor fountain pen. If you've seen my fountain pen collection before, I usually have, I guess, lower priced or mid priced fountain pens, and this is my first like fancy schmancy fountain pen. So I'm very excited, but let's go through everything together. I did take it out of the box, but the the fountain pen will be the last that we're going to open together. I did get this really cute sticker from them, which is really cute, and I'm very happy with that. I'm going to be keeping that. I got this for my fountain pen ink collection. I still haven't, so I have some of these, like I got a few samples from my friend before, and I got myself some since I'm out of them. But basically these are swatch cards and they're in the shape of like a bottle, so you can write the name of the ink here and the color, so that you can go ahead and keep a quick record glance of what inks you have in your collection or what I have. And if you've seen my fountain ink collection video, you should have seen me use the ones I have of these. But I'm glad to have this refills. And then we also have some samples. So these are free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so there's like a code that you can get in their website that basically lets you get a free ink sample set. So this is from that. I didn't pay for this, and I've been wanting to see if I want to try new inks. I do have quite a bit, and I'm trying to implement one out, one in philosophy on my collection. So I have to finish an ink before I get more. In this case, similarly, I have to finish an ink sample before I try to get more. And this is a more cost-effective way to try multiple inks. I definitely think that, because one ink vial is enough to try it for a month to see if you like it or not before buying the bottle, which is like usually 20 milliliters, 30 milliliters. I know the pilot ones actually go up to 50 milliliters too. So you don't want to end up with an ink you don't like, which has happened to me, and I'm trying so hard to get rid of that ink right now, and it's a big bottle. All right, and then we have our Galen leather handmade, hand stitched well-aged pen case. This is, ooh, so fancy. This is the brown color. Yeah, aw, it's made by yourself. Cool. So, ooh, that's smaller than I thought it would be, but it's still very pretty. And let's put this box away. Ooh, that feels really nice. It's smooth, and you can feel like it's smooth where it looks smooth, and then where the parts where it's creased, you can tell. Okay, that's fun. Again, this was a really fair price for real leather. So this has 10 slots, and I got this specifically because I have made it my goal, my limit, to only have 10 fancy pens. Fancy pens meaning they're more than like $100. So any of my sailors, pilots that are over $100, which I have none except the one we're gonna open last, I can only have 10. So if I want a new one and I already filled all of the spots up, then I just have to sell one. So that's kind of how we're gonna go through it. And let me just grab my twsbi cafe espresso, no, cafe bronze, and just to see how it fits. This one's a little okay. Oh no, an avalanche, an accident. Okay, let me try this one actually. Okay, that way is a bit better. So it's smaller, but it fits, which is good. We're just testing that out. It feels nice. It feels really high quality. I am very happy with this purchase. But this is not the star of the show. This is the star of the show, and let's hope everything is okay, even with the stand. So this is the Sailor Pro Gear. This is the Sailor Pro Gear fountain pen. Slim, interesting. I thought it was just a Pro Gear. And from the smoothie series with the wild berry color in a fine nib. All right, looks a little scuffed, but overall fine. Let's go ahead and open this. Look at it. Ooh, it's so pink. Ooh, there's a bit of shimmer. So, and the rest of the box comes with, let's see, a Sailor limited warranty instruction, some cartridge, probably, and then a converter. We're probably going to be using converters. Let's put that back. Let's go and mess with the pen. So this is a fine nib because I don't like big pens. I will say I did a lot of research on what my first fancy pen would be, and I knew I wanted a pink one. I actually wanted the Sailor Pink Bloom with, which is like a collaboration with a store, I think, and it was Japan only, but it was too expensive because of how limited it was. It's really pretty. It's basically this color, I think, for the entire body. So I chose this. This is the Wild Berry Smoothie series, and I actually really like it. I like the two different colors. I like that it's silver. I'm more of a silver girly. And a lot of the complaints with Sailor pens is how tiny they are. And they are kind of tiny. Just for reference, let me pull out my other pens here for comparison, just for the size. This is how they are. And the Sailor's the shortest one. And it'll be shorter once you write. I have pretty average small-ish hands, so this is fine for me. But I know some people like to post it. I don't know, I'm kind of scared to post it. I don't want to damage it. Yeah. It gets too heavy for me posted, so I'm just gonna probably write like this. And let me just zoom in. It has a fine nib. So Asian nibs, the Japanese nibs tend to be much thinner than American nibs, or Western nibs. So the Western nib that I have is going to be my Lamy, but this is also a medium nib. So this is a medium Lamy, and then I think this is a medium. No, this is fine. This is a medium Pilot. So just to compare the nibs, you can kind of see the Pilot is much thinner than the Lamy. But that's a quick comparison. Let's just put this way. But this is the Sailor Pro Gear. I think it's Pro Gear. I wish it was here. It says Pro Gear Slim on the thing. But I think it is Pro Gear. But anyways, the Sailor Pro Gear Wild Berry in a fine nib. I'm so excited. I will definitely do a separate video trying this out with different inks and doing a writing test. But this has its 21K nib and it is silver. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. It is really tiny, but I'm really excited for this. And that is it. That's it for our first impressions unboxing. And definitely keep a lookout for the new pen day video with an actual swatch test and I guess my review of it after using it for a bit. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and have an amazing day. Bye.